Right. Hello everybody, I'm Marlo, and welcome to my first actual commentary video. I'll probably be posting a video every Tuesday and Friday, but don't expect a definite schedule because I'll probably already fail that by next week. So I was scrolling through Instagram, as one does when their life has no point anymore, when I came across someone mentioning an account called Emounmasked. Now, I wouldn't say I'm really emo anymore, that is, but we don't talk about that. I definitely was full-on emo about a year ago though, which a little bit cringy to say. There's nothing wrong with people who are emo, I just find the term a bit oof. To be fair, what I just said was also probably more cringy. In general though, it's pretty safe to say that the account piqued my interest because it was in fact something similar to something I used to be interested in. So I clicked on the account. And I read the bio and I realized it was an Ariana Grande stan trying to say that she was going to expose all emo artists for their disgusting behavior. Now, in today's video, I'm just going to be showing some of the stuff that she said and then using an account called Debunking Emounmasked, which, as you can see by the screenshot I just put up, I do in fact have permission to use their content because they were very nice and let me use it. I'm just going to be using some of their stuff to talk about what's wrong with the information that the girl is putting out and why it's bad. Because in general, yes, some of these people did genuinely do some things that could be considered bad, but this is stuff that happened 15 years ago that they've apologized for, or less time than that, but they've still apologized for it. And for me it seems like it does more harm than good. Yes, you may think you're unmasking these really terrible people, but what you're really doing is you're just making it so that way teenagers who look up to these people as icons, teenagers who look up to these people now feel bad because you're saying they're terrible people and that they're disgusting. And it just does more harm than good. So, I don't know. I'm just gonna be talking about some of the stuff that she's posted in this video. Now, I'll read out her bio exactly. So, the account is called Emounmasked, and she has 2,471 followers as of right now, which is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Her name is I Mostly Hate My Chemical Romance, and her bio is all emo artists are going to be exposed to their disgusting behavior in here. If you can't accept that, leave and grow up. A lot of people have been going against her by saying that Ariana Grande, which is someone that she's apparently likes a lot, is worse, but I'm not going to be bashing people she likes in this video. I'm just going to be going against what she says about people I like, because I don't want to spread more hate than there already is. So let's just look at her why I opened this account post. So the comments on it is, this account is to let you understand that emo artists are gross. The racism and mostly misogyny that pours from their fake edgy personalities is disgusting and harmful. Stop supporting them and their music, they're gross. Then she wrote a list of all the people she's going to talk about, which she put My Chemical Romance, Green Day, I Don't Know How But They Found Me, Water Parks, Ryan Ross, Mindless Self-Indulgence, 21 Pilots, Paramore, and more. Now, what has I Don't Know How But They Found Me ever done? They're one of the least problematic people on the internet. Dallin Weeks he's just nice, completely overall. I know that he used to be he used to have bad views when it comes to women, which it's not terrible. I'm not fully educated about that, so I'm not going to speak about it completely. But I know that he used to, but he's spoken out through many tweets on Twitter talking about how he thinks it was terrible. He used to think it that way. He does not think that way at all anymore. He hasn't for years. He's completely against what he used to believe. And besides that, I cannot think of a single thing he's done. Now, same for Ryan Ross. I've been following Ryan Ross since I started listening to Panic! At the Disco. And I don't like Brendan Urie, but I've liked Ryan Ross. And I've not researched, I'm not a creep, but I know quite a lot about him, and I cannot think of a single thing off the top of my head that he's done that's problematic. So, she hasn't posted a post about him yet, but I'm quite interested to see what that post will be, because I cannot think of what it would. Now, she has a bottom part on her post that said, I didn't include Fall Out Boy and Panic! At the Disco for the simple reason they've already been exposed multiple times and the lead singer has already acknowledged stuff. No, I don't stand Panic, but I don't stand men. I don't stand men nor rock at all. I don't know why she had to point out that she doesn't stand men. Like, I don't see how gender matters at all here. And also, if you don't listen to rock music, first of all, a lot of these bands aren't necessarily like rock. A lot of these are like punk, alternative, stuff like that. But I don't really see, if you don't like this type of music, then why are you bashing people who do and bashing the people who make that music? I just don't see the point. Like, I don't understand. I made this for the other stands to call out these artists too who got away with it, in part because they're not very famous, in part because you guys let them do so and get them to acknowledge their mistakes too. If you can't accept that your fave has acted crappy, I'm sorry, I hope you grow up, but it's not the time to make stupid excuses. It's time you realize who the people you stand are and hold them accountable. That was the description on her post about her account. Now, I would tell her to take her own advice for Ariana Grande, but I did specifically say that I was not going to counteract what she's saying by saying that the people she likes is bad. So, I'll refrain from saying anything else about who she likes. The first person we're going to look at that she talked about is, we are going to look at what she said about Frank Iero. And I love Frank Iero. Like, I love Frank Iero. I have genuinely been following him since, like, for quite a while. So, she said, Frank Iero part 1, and I'll read the caption quickly. She said, third slide might flash for some people, not a problem with the video, but I will say in case it happens to some, the video does flash for pretty much everyone. So I probably won't show the video just in case so it doesn't like hurt anyone, because I know that can be bad for people. Okay, now, she said that he said the N-word and made up excuses for his racism, like it's just a friendly word because it ends with an A. He wishes death upon 2 kids and their mother. He fat-shamed a man. He has worn dreadlocks, and he's a racist tattoo that symbolizes Japanese imperialism. Before I go over everything about that, I'm just going to show the proof that she has of this. She has 2 screenshots of tweets by Frank. The first one says, to the 2 screaming, prick-faced toddlers who ruined my viewing of Transformers last night, your mother should have sat on a coat hanger. Now, obviously that's a joke. People were also saying that he was talking about his own kids, like a lot of people have been saying that. There's no proof that that's what he was talking about though, so I'm not going to claim that he is, but a lot of people were saying he was talking about his own kids, and that Jemiah, his wife, said that she was fine with what he said. Now another tweet that is proof about him making fun of a fat man was, old fat guy in seat 4F, nice work muttering Jesus Christ every time a baby made a noise. Sir, you truly are a huge piece of crap. Thank you. That's not really fat shaming someone though, that's just using a describing term. So I don't really see that as a problem. Like, he could have not mentioned that, but he's not like saying that he's not saying anything necessarily bad because the guy's fat. Now, the next video that she has, I can't show it because it does tons of flashing, it could hurt people's eyes, but it's basically just, it's a picture of pretty much a bunch of screenshots. They were just screenshots of things that Frank has said, and I'll insert a clip of me talking about them here because it's really hard to see through the video. Okay, so one of the tweets that he said was, she's saying that he put, just saw a girl post the phrase, I'm not saying that, to describe her tweet. Genius. Now, that is not a tweet he wrote, that's a retweet. However, I do think he could have refrained from retweeting that. You can't excuse, like, saying that and stuff. but he didn't specifically say it himself, and also he doesn't say that all the time. I'm sure he's probably apologized for it. Now, about his dreadlocks. They aren't dreadlocks. Frank talked about it on his podcast, Casual Interactions. Frank specifically said that in his podcast, Casual Interactions, that he and his friends were just doing something stupid with their hair. He had glued his hair together, and eventually they all cut their hair off because they didn't like it. So it wasn't intentional for him to do that. And it's pretty much just glue in his hair, so it's not a dreadlock. For the tattoo thing, I've been researching some stuff, and I've been using a lot of stuff from different accounts that I found. And different places I've seen is that he didn't really know what it was for, and once he learned that it was, he covered it up. And he doesn't have that tattoo anymore because he has covered it up with different tattoos. But he's gone over that before. So a lot of the information that she said made him a terrible person on her account is just information that's been proved wrong, or information that's not even correct, or things that he's apologized for, or things that he's covered up because he didn't realize they were wrong. And yes, he's done some bad stuff, but not all of that is terrible. I just think in general we shouldn't be focusing on everything bad that they've done, because it ruins it for all the people who are fans of him and stuff. Now, we'll go over Gerard's now. So her caption on the post about Gerard was, "Gerard Way is a big misogynist. He called an underage teen girl that word. He said he'd smash her face in and told her to die slow because she called out his misogynistic self. When another woman called his behavior disgusting, he said being a teen girl is more disgusting. He defended a known rapist, apologist called Daniel Tosh. He called Miley Cyrus a lip-syncing child. The girl that he called that word, first off, he was not aware of her age, and the reason he said it was because she had been cyberbullying Lindsay and Bandit, which is his wife and kids. But he didn't know that she was underage. It's just some girl on Twitter, I'm pretty sure. How would he know what her age was? And his tweet about Daniel Tosh was sarcastic. Now obviously, even as a joke, you probably shouldn't do that, but like, he's not being serious and wasn't seriously defending him. Now, she mentioned stuff about how he, like, would do things on stage. And he was known, he did that on stage quite a lot, but it was at age-controlled venues, where specifically children were not supposed to be. Plus, it's not like he actually shows anything, ever. And for the comments about Miley Cyrus, she literally was a child who lip-synced at the time. He could have been nicer, but I mean, he's not being wrong. And Gerard has said so many things that go against saying that he's misogynistic and terrible. And in fact, if you go to her account now, she deleted her post about Gerard, so I can't actually take screenshots of that anymore because she deleted that one. But I do have screenshots of pictures that other people have taken, so I will put those on the screen. Now, she said stuff about Green Day. So, for Green Day, her caption was, "They have said the N-word in some of their songs." She claimed that he said it out of song and in different situations, which there's no proof for, and she does not provide any proof for. He trashed on Ariana Grande to lift another woman up he's close with. By trash, she means he said that Billie Eilish was better than Ariana Grande, which isn't exactly trash, like trash talking. He published a handbook for rebellious girls, who was entirely created by men only, based off of a song, which is an exact opposite of feminism. This handbook for rebellious girls is a lyric book. It's not for rebellious girls at all. It's literally a lyric book for one of their songs. Plus, his wife and other people's wives who worked on the team had approved the book and read it and stuff. It was literally just a book for lyrics. Now, she's saying that he was being like completely crazy and acting insane because at the iHeartRadio show their set was cut to 25 minutes, which in that video Billy is talking about how everything is like, he's like arguing how their set was cut short and then he smashes his guitar. Now, he did overreact. I can't say that he didn't, he did. But he's right, he has the right to be angry when his set was cut short. And also, he went to, I've read this in multiple places, I'm pretty sure he was completely drugged up during that performance and he went to rehab the next day. So it's a bit of an odd situation for that.
You gotta be fucking joking! This is a fucking joke! I got 1 minute left. Oh, now I got nothing left. Now I got nothing left. Let me show you what 1 fucking minute fucking means.
He has done so much good, and he's spoken about so many good things. He has raised awareness for so many things, and I think nitpicking every single bad thing that he's done, things that you didn't even provide context for, by the way, is not helping at all. It's just making people who enjoy the music feel bad about the fact that they like that. There's no need. Now, I didn't speak about everything that she's posted. I didn't speak about everything about each person that I went over. I only spoke about things that I had information about. And if any of the information that I have is wrong, that is my fault. I did look into it, I researched, I looked at different accounts. I got permission to use the information from the account I asked. I just wanted to talk about it completely because it's really been bothering me, and the whole situation has been getting a lot bigger now, and there's a lot of people talking about it. And overall, it's just not pleasant. I might speak about it again if they post more things that are important or if anything else comes to light, but for now I'm done. So thank you for watching. Ignore my family in the background. And that was my whole situation about the Instagram account Emounmasked. If you have any questions, I can try to answer them. And thank you to the account that let me use their stuff. And bye.